So I'll try to make a fast introduction, which I will have to read through my phone. I apologize for this because I didn't have time to print it. And then we will step in all together and give some more info about the specific ideas, or maybe after your input, we can have a more deep conversation. So, under, over, behind, through, past, inside, walls, cladings, doors, roads, fences, pavements. Istanbul is a very unpredictable city, and the histories of the people, cats and dogs, are sewed together in a constantly changing symbiosis. The mixture of cultures and history form a vibrant mosaic of different pieces, learning how to come together every day. Today, this is really visible in the way politics of space have been working since the Taksim Square and Gezi Park protests. Hope has changed place and no longer lives in these places. New places of hope are coming together as it is people's natural instinct to resist. Inspired by the famous, excuse my friends, sur le Pavé, la place of May 68, we created a piece that tries to establish some relations to it. A constantly present, constantly invisible idea of revolution and political freedom. We consider the pavement of Istanbul to be the symbolic element through which the political powers try to change the way space is used for uprisings, as for example, the Taksim Square pavement, which has been changed recently. Pavement is an agent used both to prevent certain uses of space, but also as protection against police and army vehicles during protests. We see pavement as the agent that operates for both sides. Pavement is an oppression element until it becomes a tool against it. It is this idea that led us to work with the pieces of pavement that have been removed or that have a special relation to their surroundings. Our project is a piece that we created with the help of a Shoshana craftsman. You already know his name, Manson. It is an exact replica of an existing piece we found in Shoshana neighborhood, made out of a different material, aiming to represent the craftsman's role in keeping the urban and socio-economic tissue together and working. The metallic piece of pavement now lies among others in one of Shoshana's streets, with a message of resistance inside. While 100% of the paper used by newspapers is imported in Turkey, paper prices increased since the 1980s when the public industry was privatized. Small newspapers and brochures, generally critical to the political powers, have stopped their printed versions and now are available only in black. We found old printed versions and placed them inside the secret, always present urban element. Our project stands among other pavement pieces in Shoshana. So you've been looking at some pictures here. Maybe you want to share some more history of the brochures and newspapers?
We have this Yaman Kültür comic books. The actual size of this comic book is this, but this version is produced to kind of protest the economic situation of the Turkish situation. Because since the exchange rate is increased, the comic books, the newspapers and magazines couldn't afford to buy paper from outside. And there's an important question why we import paper from outside. And also there is a more important question why we are importing dirty papers also abroad. I learned that this year we import 600,000 tons of dirty paper to recycle in Turkey. Maybe we thought that we can also emphasize this recycling the environmental issue by using this comic books. And also, we started the idea of unpredictability of the city, and as newcomers, our friends told us they suddenly saw in an ordinary environment and ordinary time something unpredictable in Istanbul. So we chose to emphasize, express a problem in an unpredictable way.
And finally we installed the piece we installed it in front of the gallery, of which Emily made this diagrams.
Of course, now we placed a message inside this box that we thought of, but this can turn out a million ways. Maybe in a week it's not there, but maybe it's full of kebab papers in 1 week, or other ways of geocaching messages, legal or illegal. But we struggled a lot around this idea of the pavement as an element that you have in the city all around, and maybe it's an easy relation to make, but of course the pavement is the same for everyone, and it's the base. So if you allow us to make some cheesy relations, then yes, the pavement is the base upon which we construct our society. So the message to be inside it for us made a special point of the project.
And now it's apparently a bit problematic that it's there, so we'll have to acknowledge something.
Right.
We wanted to do it by night, but we had to die.
Right. So, but I think that we can bring up all the conversation in the same discussion. So perhaps we can, engage you guys in this, because I do notice that it's just outside. That's just out there. I didn't notice it when I walked down here. So now that I know about it, I might notice it. I don't know if anyone else has noticed it.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Where does it exist? Just outside the door.
That's the restaurant.
In front of the archive.
Yeah, it's just, because that's
The doors.
where I get coffee all the time.
So the location from which we took this, which is the original piece, is the one you saw in the pictures of the presentation. It's outside the neon workshop we visited together, so near Galata Tower. And we took this out to use it as a mold or as a reference. And the day after, so of course we went there, people were looking at us, we took it out, we left a hole in the ground and walked away. The next day, Victoria passed by accident, and the hole was already filled with other stones. Probably from those who were looking at us with, like, what are these tourists doing? So we were between the idea of going back and replacing it to its original position, but then we thought, okay, in a way, if we place it here, then we respect this constantly change of the urban space by its inhabitants. So, if the problem is not solved, then we will see what to do. Maybe we'll go back there.
Actually, it was quite accidental yesterday that we noticed that the stones in front of Actor were this stone. So we said like, oh my god, here.
Yeah, right, because it's also cobblestone. Yeah.
I mean, that one there is kind of unique there.
It's unique there,
Because
yes.
it's alone.
Which also, you know, it's nice if you think the background of its message, that it stands out, it's there, it's amongst others, but it's unique, it stands out. But it's, you know, it makes, in a way, peacefully part of everything.
Yeah. You know that all these stones that they were in Dolmabahce that were used by people during the Gezi, then basically the municipality covered with concrete, so there are no stones. So I think this replacement with meaning from, from people and from maybe the municipality plays also the that object contains, besides the message, also contains some other sort of energy.
In its proper life.
Okay, so how is it to make this piece? Did it turn out, was it an easy piece to make, or did it offer you some difficulties in its own manufacture? Because Arten's a master craftsman, but this is a complicated
we have some footage.
Yeah. But he's very talented, so to him it was a piece of cake, but for us, probably regular people, it would have taken us days, maybe weeks to finish that, but to him it was a very, like he was chatting, having chai, cigarettes, and doing it, and so very well done, really, if you can see the real one. But it's not easy, definitely not easy.
So he bends one piece around.
Yeah, he uses more than one machine to do the bendings and heat and to weld it together.
By the way, this is just before the dinner you guys had.
Ah. So he looked pretty tranquil at dinner, yes?
So maybe.
So, but from a structural point of view, I noticed huge trucks pass over that road every day. Is it going to be able to support the weight of the truck, or is it going to crush?
It's strong.
It's strong.
I think it's pretty strong.
It's quite small as well, so it's not like all the weight. I think it works together, especially there because it's interlocked in between all the other stones.
But
So do you think of leaving it there first, and second thing, was it a kind of cover that you put something in that
Yes.
the hand in it, and there's a cover like this?
Yes, you
There's
just
an
roll it.
You open because I saw the photograph like it was a bit like this, not really closing well enough, or maybe I misunderstood.
It
No?
closes.
Or is there a mechanism for it to be closed well, or
Yeah.
so there's a mechanism?
You can show the final of the
Yeah, can
documentary.
you show it once again?
Maybe you can
Because
go.
Of course, we will see it also,
I also
guess, when we
noticed.
go out, but
This one.
Maybe Bert, maybe you can show some pictures that are not in the presentation. If you go back, this one, quick, for example. You scroll.
The other side.
Yeah, you can hardly tell. That's pretty good.
okay, so no, I'm just curious about the closing mechanism. Like, after a while, will it be staying like this, half open, or is there a kind of clip or something that keeps it closed all the time?
there is no. No, there's
You
no.
think it will stay closed?
But it's a bit bigger than the thing. And after made it that way, so the way we get in, whatever we put inside. It's true that now it's flat, so it's closed perfectly, but maybe after time it might fold and be problematic.
So it has like a simple mechanism of economic doors.
Yeah.
Ideally, if we had maybe a bit more time, we would also consider to seal it with some rubber or plastic so water does not come in, like, or maybe also add a drainage hole. But we had those ideas, but we didn't have the time, and we kind of solved this with the plastic zip bag, which protects whatever the.
So it's in a zip bag now?
Of course, yeah. If
Or
you
the
remove-
thing inside it is inside it?
The
Okay.
magazine, yeah, the
So
cover.
it's protected.
Paper.
Let's say.
This is the prototype before it's completely massively used. So it's not in its optimal conditions.
Okay, because in the end, the people are also walking there, you know, it's not in a little hole that you go there and you see it and you look inside, because people are walking there and it can create some little problem for the local government if somebody just like falls down after, you know, touching the open cover. That's what I'm thinking also. In terms of its design, you know, to keep it closed, like as the other ones, flat, you know, it should be flat. Keep people safe also while walking. So
Well,
that's why I'm wondering if you thought about that little detail which can create problems. I don't think there's a problem. It's a very nice gesture.
Right.
But on the other hand, there might be a little problem of, you know, creating some problem for one person, and that's a design problem, you know. Other than intervention, doing an intervention in public space, we can discuss it on that level, which I think is a very nice gesture, or we can talk about it, but there is a little bit of design problem that can, you know, create a situation where somebody falls down after while walking into the door is left open. So
I think it has both what you say and also the drainage or protection from water are design problems that have not been worked on so much.
But there is an urgency which is somebody will walk over it in the next 1 hour and might fall down. It's an urgency, and it's more urgent than what happens in the object inside it.
Of course.
Just a little remark.
Maybe we can put, instead of, despite the fact that I love the idea of the magazine, maybe we can put some band-aids.
What? So either it is some post-production, I guess.
Something that you
No, well, I
think
think you're
some
spray.
Because there are two very immediately appearing levels while approaching.
I don't think it's.
I don't know. You have to
Stays.
go downstairs and
It touches, no?
We
It's not.
probably need
It's
to go
not.
downstairs. I think we're gonna have to go downstairs,
Yeah, also if you're going, I mean, it's a downhill here, so if the opening is with the downhill, if they want traffic on it, and if people are coming from, you know, they're going uphill, so they'll see that it's open.
Well,
Okay, you notice now.
Yeah, they can notice that it's open.
I would say that now there's no problem. The problem would be created if the cover takes a different shape by the weight or by time.
It breaks.
Or it breaks. But I think that before the cover breaks, this mechanism will break. So it will just, you know.
I just feel like I want to jump in because I think it's super nice project and I'm so really happy to see it. But I'm sort of thinking, isn't it nice that it breaks and like adapts to whatever thing hits it? Or isn't that also in what you are doing? You're doing this change, and I mean, what isn't like you can trap like fall over or walking on and everything here. So it's like it's not Sweden here. It's like super dangerous in the eyes of the Swedish planner. So I mean, this is nothing. I think it's perfect that you can fall over. And you more aware of these reasons if you whatever. Is that not there? I think it's great.
Well, look, I agree. First, we should say it is a very, very strong project, and on that level, you deserve a lot of, compliments because it really much engages what a stone means, not only in 1968, but also this kind of blockades that were made in the in the in the French Revolution, in the 1848 Revolution. All these periods are punctured or punctuated by the idea of barriers, street barriers, etc. So it engages in a huge theme, and it's one piece, and I get it. And I think that from that point of view, the hidden message is also very, very strong. That said, I think the question comes up whether this is a temporary installation or a permanent installation, and what are the repercussions for both. So I think that's what Ajay is bringing up. And if we say it's a permanent installation, is there other implications, like people falling down, even like maybe someone who is the most revolutionary falls down and hurts themselves? So it may not be productive, it could be counterproductive. And so what I'm just wondering about is, what's your position on that? Do you see this as a temporary installation or a permanent type of installation, or do you, or is that something that we can discuss?
I think we conceived it as something permanent because we didn't want to make just a piece to put in the museum, and we wanted it to be outside and to stay there until it's stolen or broken.
Or used.
Or used, like reused. So I think that's like how we thought about it. Because otherwise we would have just brought it here and presented it.
No, it's very
like a museum piece, but that was, we wanted to do something in an urban context instead of in a museum context.
Well, I can understand that, but now there's also the liability of the Biennale itself, which is that if they don't go for me, if something happens, they might go for the Biennale. So we have to kind of understand. If you would have placed it slightly off the street where nobody walks, where the cats are sitting, then it may have gone undiscovered for a while.
Yeah.
But it is right in the middle of the street, and people are walking up and down. And I also think that, the one thing, I almost killed myself on the street, which was what you guys were saying, because they have these things, these claws that come out of the street in order to stop the wrong way traffic. And I have almost killed myself twice already, because when you walk across that, your foot gets stuck and you go flying. So I mean, this is not any worse than that.
Yeah, but okay, of course, I mean, that's right. But in the end, this is a very consciously also, make something which doesn't have any luxury to create any problems for anybody.
Right.
That we have to agree on that minimum. But as intervention, as a gesture, it's humorous. I really like the idea. I mean, it's really, really nice. Just immediately, shows itself on that level. And we don't have any excuse for that. We cannot say that, oh, okay, Istanbul is like that anyway. I fell down yesterday, so okay, this can also be like this. We don't have any position like that. I don't agree with that. So it has to be, if it's permanent, it also has to be thought in a way that it's guaranteed that it's safe for people. So other than this, as I said previously, on the level of intervention, then we can say, okay, even that part is full of different types of stones, so why cannot change it to something else? That's totally very nice idea. So, I'm also thinking about your idea of not leaving it into a gallery or a closed space, and you want to leave a trace on the streets. And it's a little intervention, very good in that sense. But I think it's just a starting idea. It's not mature yet for you to decide that it will stay permanently there. You know, you understand what I mean? It should maybe be worked a bit more in terms of its design. That's what I'm saying. It's too early to put it into the streets. That's my idea. Too early, and we don't have any luxury like that. You know, it's about safety. That's what I'm saying.
Do you think that it's position problem? So if, for example, as Peter said, you'll be in a place that no traffic passes over it, do you think that it's something that would...
I think if any person can reach that part of the street and walk on it, whatever place that is, it can create a situation if the cover is open. It can be on the side, in the middle of nowhere, but if one person also walks on it and the cover is open and he or she doesn't understand, that it creates a problem. So if it's that kind of place.
We can do stress test.
No, but I'm tending, you know, because I am, like many of you, I'm a trained architect, so yes, the issue of safety is usually number one. The second thing is, just imagine if it's a 6-year-old kid or a 4-year-old kid who trips on it and really hurts himself or herself, then you do have to say that you feel some conscious, maybe an adult you don't care about. But I do think that when it comes down to safety, it is a number one issue, and we don't want to be the ones that make something unsafe. So I take it as also a very serious thing. Oddly enough, no one is bringing up the political part as being unsafe. So obviously none of you think that they'll be arrested at the airport or something like that. So that's a very good sign. But you don't. Oh, you didn't
have to
say
wait
that.
and watch and see what happens.
No, but I think that, but there's two levels. There's the political level in which you're challenging a political system, but even in a place like New York, I'm not even saying Sweden, such things can either go unnoticed for 100 years or they notice it tomorrow. It's the game you play. But then, so you have a political dimension to it, which I respect very much. And you have the safety thing, which I think that Ajit's bringing up, which I think we can all go out right now and have a look. How much time do we have? It's 5:05, so we have enough time. Do we all go out and take a look? Is everybody willing to go outside for 5 minutes? So let's go outside for 5 minutes and maybe bring the replacement brick with you.
And there was also another solution by maybe putting the original brick inside the metal brick. So
that would be a better solution in terms of safety, but still, actually, you would have to also reverse, you'd also have to turn it upside down. Because I think that the one thing that is concerning is the lid popping up, and if that lid pops up, let's just use the 4-year-old kid thing, it could be a problem. So I think that if you put the stone in, flip the thing around, it's going to look like a tooth cavity. And in that case, it's kind of cool because no one will understand it. But, you know, you can still put the magazine in there. Yeah, but I tend to strongly agree with that on this. So let's go down and have a look.
Actually, the initial idea was actually to find a way how to slice the stone in two and then hollow it up. So it would be absolutely invisible, and then being able to remove it like that. But then, yeah, it's almost impossible I think to slice.
You can make a mold out of it and then pour concrete
we
with a hole in it.
We thought about all this. And then the lifting was the fastest actually.
No, but for a 5-day workshop, this is brilliant. I mean, it's really good. Yeah.
I think it's a 3-day workshop.
Well, we started on Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Maybe Monday we did the visit, so until Monday we didn't know.
Let's have a look and then come back.
Okay. That's good. There's also coffee down in front of you.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice comment. Nice comment. Alfred,
Viskas, gal rytoj, jeigu malsėsi mieste, tai visai būtų smagu, ką nors. Gal kaip tik aš iki pietų kažką, manau, veiksiu, o po pietų kaip tik pasižiūrim čia. Jo, bet anksti jau.
Yes.
Nesirinkau. Kodėl nepagauna? Jo. Šiaip tai tikrai toks buožiškas.
I think that turning it upside down is the number one thing I would do.
There was a very interesting moment when it was like seconds installed and two men came by, like really solid men, and one just foot opened it and looked at it, talked something in Turkish, and then went to the safety, to the security, and I would like to know what went on then, because it was...
Well, they went already to the security.
Yeah, and speaks something in Turkish. I think some of the girls would know what happened then. Because I think there was some immediate success of this artwork. The men who opened it and went to the security, what did they speak?
Thought that we should have information about the situation.
Okay.
They just want information.
Okay. They wanted to know if it's legal or not, maybe.
No, it's not a subject.
It just... Okay.
In this plastic bag, it looks a bit like drugs or something.
Sunumu kaçırdım ya.